Shalom Israel. I want to start out by saying all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and all you brothers that's teaching this truth and sincerity. Basically, I was looking up the word mark just to see how many times it shows in the scriptures. I typed in the word mark in the blue letter and it says that the word shows up 37 times in 36 verses. And the understanding that you must have to distinguish which word is talking about which situation in which scripture, it would make sense to look that word up. Now, from Genesis to Revelation, it shows up 37 times in 36 verses. I'm just gonna look through a few of them just to prove that every time you see the word mark, it's not the same word. You know what I'm saying? Out of these 37 times that you see that word, it may be somewhere between 14 to 19 different definitions for each time you see the word mark. Like in Genesis, okay, the mark that was put on Cain, in Genesis chapter 4, verse 15, it says, "And the Lord said unto him, Therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him." Okay. Now let's get that word in mark. Let's get the word mark in Genesis 4 and 15. Okay. That word is tha. A sign, a signal, a distinguishing mark, a banner, remembrance, miraculous sign, omen, warning, token. You know what I'm saying? That was gonna distinguish Cain. That was it was a mark put on him to let everybody know what he did. And that mark was leprosy. You know what I'm saying? Most High took his pigment away as a punishment. You know? A sign, a signal means the word mark. That's one definition. That's in Genesis. Okay. Now let's go back. And I'm just gonna go through random scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. There's a word mark in Ruth. Okay. Ruth chapter 3 verse 4. "And it shall be when he lieth down that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and uncover his feet and lay thee down and will tell thee what thou shalt do." Now let's see what that word mark means in this verse. Okay. The word here is yada. To know, to learn to know, to perceive, see, to find out, to discern, to know by experience, to know, to be acquainted, to be skillful in, to have knowledge, be wise. See, that's a different word. It's a different word, man. That's what I'm saying. But if you was going to use if you was just going to use mark like they do in English all these different times, the understanding is going to be skewed. Let's get another example. And it's all throughout the Bible where you see in this word, and each time you see it, it's going into something different. Okay, 1 Kings chapter 20, verse 7. "Then the king of Israel called all the elders of the land and said, Mark, I pray you, and you see how this man seeketh mischief. He sent unto me for my wives and for my children, and for my silver and for my gold I denied him not." Okay, let's see what mark means in this scripture. Okay, it's yada again. Okay. Okay, moving on. Let's go get something else. All right, let's see. Job 18 and 2. How long will it be ye make? How long will it be ye make an end of the words, Mark, and afterwards we will speak. Okay, the word here is bayan, to perceive, discern, to mark, give heed to distinguish, consider, to understand, to cause to understand, give understanding, to teach, instruct, prudent, regard. It's a different word. You know what I'm saying? It's a different word. Now let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's go get Ezekiel 9:4. All you boneheads out there who try to act like this don't matter, man. I was saying you have to look these words up, man. The Lord is dealing with wordsmiths, man. That's why it's a mystery, man. If you could just read it verbatim and get it, that's what I'm saying. Everybody in the church will have it. It said the rest were blinded. Who the hell else is looking up all these words, man? Fuck out of here, man. Thawa. Desire, mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. That's not the same word as the mark that happened to Cain. It's different. You have to have that understanding. If you don't have that understanding, then it is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. The mark that's an exemption from judgment, is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, that fear of the Lord. That's the mark. Getting that understanding, going through the scriptures, looking up the words, seeing how powerful the Most High is. That's the mark to be exempt from judgment, man. I will say, put that mark upon the foreheads of the men inside cry. Teach this word so the men of the Lord can get it. The ones that slated to get it, man. It's just that simple. Okay, let's go to let's get a couple more. Because it's ridiculous how you can sit up here and push that you don't have to look these words up like you really have that understanding, man. It don't make no damn sense. So I guess the word mark, I guess the name Mark. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the word mark means. The name Mark. Okay, I'm gonna let the white boy say this one. Okay, I'm gonna pump up this volume a little bit, but the word is kaleo. You know what I'm saying? To call aloud, uttering a loud voice, to invite, to name by name, to give name to receive the name of, receive as a name. His name was Mark. To give some to give some name to one. All right, let's see. What I'm saying, his surname was Mark. But that's a different definition. Mark those that cause division. Scopeo. It's a different word. Okay, Romans chapter 16 and 7. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Okay, let's get that word. Of course, we already know it. It's been famously brought out through the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Mark those that cause divisions. Scopeo, to look, observe, contemplate. What do they have anything to do? Do they have anything to do with a mark from exemption? It's a different word. So you have 37 different accounts in 36 scriptures with the word mark, right? All those words are different words. And I'm just going to get a few. If I went through all 37 of them, which, you know what I'm saying, you can do that on your own, but you see the point that's being made. Scopeo, to look, observe, contemplate, to mark, to fix one's eyes upon. Watch that nigga, man. Mark him. Are you marking him with the exemption? Is that the wah? No, it's not. It's telling you to watch that nigga, man, because that nigga ain't right. Make sure you keep your eye on him so when it's time to judge, you judge that situation. To look to, take heed to thyself. Come on, man. You have to know what these words mean to get an understanding. If you're not willing to look up words, you're not a teacher, man. It don't work like that. All right, I'm going to end it on the one that you niggas hate the most. Revelations chapter 16, verse 2. And the word mark in this scripture is charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark. Of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, the thing carved, sculpture, engraved. That's how we know it's the chip. Because it says it's going to be, it won't say it's an imprinted mark, a thing carved, graven, worked. Come on, man. Go deeper. A pail or a stake. A stake is put in something. When you put that stake in the ground and you plant that flag, it's inserted. Come on. But if you don't want to look up the words, fine. The middle of the Lord will. And with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for giving us the spirit to want to dig and to find and to search. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are very much in that spirit. And make sure that they teach us that we have to have this understanding. And all you brothers out there that's teaching this in truth and sincerity and learning and digging and going into these words as the scripture has said. Shalom.